I'm actually gonna have a buddy of mine coming on stream right now that has been been on the stream a couple of other times, kind of giving us updates what PulsePot and kind of like the team over there with Jacob is doing. It's always a great conversation, and if this stream is a little in and out, that is brought to you by a hotspot from my phone. So with further ado, KvltDeFi was bringing him up. There we go.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me on. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it's 3:30 in the afternoon where I am.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You sent me a message at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, I have been waking up early, but how's it going over PulsePot? You guys having a lot of stuff coming out. Which is exciting.
We are busy. We are busy. There's a lot going on. I mean, you know, Jacob, he's talking about people that don't sleep. Maybe he doesn't. He's constantly on the go, non-stop, 100 miles an hour, constantly. It's great. It's great fun.
Maybe he's an alien. You never know. You know?
Could be. If one thing is for sure, he's a gigabrain in this space. Absolutely. So, yeah, he's firing on all cylinders. I couldn't be happier right now. Everything's playing out as it should be. This has been in the works for a long time. Even in Jacob's own mind, he told me that this was something he's been planning for years, and he was just waiting for the right time. And now we've got a fun little blockchain. There's a lot of things happening. Yeah. We're just scraping the surface of what we can do, what is possible. And I mean, I think we're all in agreement that one of the most important things that we have to do now, especially this early on, is not just onboarding, but it's, you know, keep the chain moving. Get transactions happening all the time. Yeah. You know, keep those validators happy and get more of them. I think someone mentioned, I think it was Superman Hex Token on his channel yesterday. He was saying that David Feder, you know, his validators, he's responsible for like 95% of them. Put it that way. He's responsible for a huge amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is, because he makes it easy and unaffordable for people if they don't know exactly what they're doing and they want their validators to do the correct things on every single day. But
and Pulse is cheap, man. Yeah. What is it? 32 million Pulse. So get 30 million Pulse, become a validator.
And like,
seems pretty good to me at these prices.
Actually, 48,736. I don't know why I thought it was 60,000, but Shaka's always got my back. He's like,
thank you, Shaka.
It's like Shaka to me is like what is it? You know, who's this guy who Joe Rogan like asks for?
Jamie.
Like, yeah, Jamie.
The Jamie guy.
Pull it up. Love it.
Good stuff. Well, you never know if what we're going to be talking about today, that might be interesting. You never know. You always need a second in command, right?
Yeah, mafia. So let's kind of start like by bringing on the conversation and like how it was like put together, who thought of it, and then like how was it built out and everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, as with every project that Jacob does, he literally gets a pen and a writing pad, and he starts to come up with some ideas. What would be possible? What does the community need? What, you know, not just in terms of what does the community need in terms of something to give them to do, or it's not just totally about the utility. It's really, you know, now we see the evolution of gaming on blockchain. Blockchain gaming is absolutely massive. And it's just getting started, in my opinion. I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger. So, like with everything that Jacob does, he said, right, well, what's a major market? What utility can we bring to people? What will get people engaged? What could be good for onboarding? what can we do which will give some longevity to a project, not just these quick flash in the pan projects. And he came up with a project which was the Thank You Richard Hart project last year, which had pretty steep taxes, and 100% of those taxes were used to go back and buying and burning one of the RH tokens from the DEX and burning it forever. I think even based on current prices right now, I mean, it's still close to $1 million of stuff that we burned so far. That had a massive evolution into, it was a 6 token ecosystem. There's lots of different ways to game the system, like gamification. And Jacob thought, okay, well, that can be applied to another game, which I've been thinking about, and I've had in my mind for years, which was like a mafia themed game, play to earn. Play to earn is perfect timing actually for it now. But so in this game, you can become a mafioso yourself as a character. You can join and create mafia families, so you pool resources to control things. And what we want people to be able to do is to keep engaged with this game by having to do things on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, if the player really wants to dive in. And what does that do? It creates a huge amount of transactions for the blockchain, gets people engaged. Now we're on 2 chains. So we launched a few weeks ago on the Binance Smart Chain as BNB Mafia. 4 days ago now we've launched on Pulse Chain as Pulse Mafia, which was always going to be the home of this project anyway. And we've hit the ground running, man. That's all I can say. We've hit the ground running.
So do you know on like, because I kind of know like the goal with the BNB. How much traction do you think is the Pulse chain going to reflect on the outcome of like launching on BNB first, and then like kind of like, all right, guys, come on, like come to Pulse.
Yeah. Well, on the website, literally there's one button you can change between the 2 different blockchains, like just immediately to get over there. Because this was a sacrifice project for the Binance Smart Chain at the time as well, it was a lot of people from the Binance Smart Chain, a lot of people that were taught. I was speaking to regarding BNB pot at the time. So we have a lot of people from different, real different communities, people that don't even play around on Pulse Chain. They're already holders because they sacrificed, right? So they're starting to create families now. They're starting to create members. I mean, their own characters. We can see a lot of it happening. On the Binance Smart Chain now, we're up to, I think we're nearly 800 different players, active players, 15 crime families, hundreds of millions. I mean, I think we probably staked away, it's close to 50%. I think it's like around 40-something% of the total supply is actually staked, because you stake in game for compounding rewards. So if you were to stake your Mafia tokens in game, you get them auto compounded at 0.5% on a daily basis until the full official game launch. Right now we're doing a staggered launch because this is so big. I mean, it's huge. On the site as well, we've got a wiki, so the white paper for anyone that wants to have a look. You can go through it. It's a lot to go through. I don't think we'll be going through it on this stream because it is so in depth. When you read the white paper yourself, you'll see the ultimate scope of this whole thing. I mean, Jacob was on stream last week, and he said that this is a project that it probably has a lifespan of 20 years. This thing, because if you think about it, there's always going to be players coming and going. There's always going to be families coming and going, not just depending on what the market is doing, but in the game you can literally get killed. Like your character can get killed. In other words, your wallet, who they have signed to a character, that can get killed. Once you get killed, you literally, if you want to continue playing, you have to, with a new wallet, create a new character, start all over again. You can actually have a lot of resources taken away. Yeah, it's the Mafia. It's kill or be killed.
So, yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And like, is there like, so is there like a winner, or there's not really a winner? You can just keep on playing.
Well, you're constantly winning, right? Because you can literally take someone else's resources. I mean, if you don't want to play the game at all, you literally just buy the Mafia token and hold it, right? And then obviously as the game gets more popular, price goes up. Or because we're tied liquidity wise to BNB on the Binance Smart Chain, and especially on Pulse on this side, Pulse goes up, everything goes up. So, you know, there's a number of ways to win, but the ultimate goal, I guess, in game, the ultimate goal is we have something called the vault, right? So there's a buy and a sell tax to the mafia token. I think if we have a look, it'll be easier to explain. With this vault, so anytime someone wants to play the game, they literally have to purchase mafia tokens for PLS. Once they create a character, so once they buy, what the smart contract will do, it'll take the taxes, convert it back to Pulse, and then stick it in this vault, right? If you want to open a family, so if you want to just create a character, it costs 2,000 mafia. It's about $1, I think, right now. If you want to create a family, it costs you 500,000 mafia, which is around, at today's price, is around $200, maybe $210, $215. And then you can get more people to join you. When this vault, right now, we've got 448 million Pulse in this vault. When the vault reaches 5 billion, that's when the game goes live, right? When the game goes fully live, then the top 5 families, every week, the vault would pay out 10% of its total value, and that will get split between the top 5 families. So you can see here on the right-hand side, you've got your little green diamonds or whatever on the right. Yeah, so there you can see the breakdown of how much the top 5 families will get. So the first place family will get like 30% of the vault payout. I think it's 25, 20, 15, 10. Those families are going to be fighting for control of this vault. Who's going to be the top? Who's going to be the bottom? Not only that, in game, like I say, you could target different players. So if a top mafia family says, okay, we're going to assassinate the Don from family number 2 or family number 3, or maybe even family number 5, they can try and kill that player. If they kill the player, not only will they get all that player's personal resources, so all the, you know, the goodies that are in their wallet, but they'll also potentially move their family down off the list. So it's a game, it's a real game of killers. On the Binance Smart Chain version, already the top family, which are called the syndicate, they already are getting paid protection money, if you like, from the families in the lower places. So the basis said, look, if you don't give us 10% of whatever you get from the vault, we'll just kill your entire family. We'll take it anyway.
So it looks like the more members that that you have in a family, the better they do.
Yeah, it's a better ranking through not only from the number of players, but the pooled resources, right? So you can see we have the number of mafia in that family. We can see the number of mafia in the family. We can see the family rank. And then next to that, we can actually see how much of the pooled resource there is. So obviously the stronger families will have more of the resources. And there's different ways to get resources in this. So if we have a look at the crates, this is something which is pretty new. So the crates work out on the principle that in game, there's a number of different things you can do to be a better player, even if it's an individual player. So to open a crate, right now it costs you, I think it's $20, right? So we can see here it's like 435,000 Pulse at today's prices. Once you open a crate, you will either get one of these. So you will either get cash, bullets, health, a shop item, a business item, bodyguards, helper credits, or maybe a car. So that's based off an RNG, which is the RNG that we use for PulsePot for the jackpot game. So it's a random number generator. You get one of those items from the top. Then you have a second RNG, which will give you how much of the value that is. So, for example, if it's cash, the lowest cash you will get is $50,000 in-game currency, or it goes all the way down to, what is it, 10 million. Right?
Yeah.
The next evolution now, so right now you can create the player, you can create the family, join the family, you can open the crates to create your own little goodie bag. Next is going to be the NFT marketplace. So if you are a player who's not necessarily in a family, maybe you just want to play by yourself, and bear in mind you can play by yourself because sometimes people want to hire hitmen, for example. So if you're a high-ranking hitman, maybe a family will reach out to you, ask you to do them a little job so you can earn in-game credits and money that way. Or if you're a powerful enough solo player, you might just go around killing people and taking the resources.
Mm-hmm. But
So
that,
so
but that would be kind of hard. What do you think?
it could be kind of hard depending on the resources that are there, but also some people just want to, attack other players. If you're stronger, you don't necessarily have to go after the Don or the Consigliere, or you don't have to go after the head capos or anything. You can go after just a minor player somewhere and just try and kill them. But we do know that the cost of killing a person has to be quite strategic, because it could be quite expensive to kill someone, depending on who they are, obviously.
So like,
yeah. So this is the wiki.
Yeah, this is trying to show everybody. So like, is the in game kind of like Pokemon? Like you do a like something, and then the other person has to take its turn, and then the other person takes a turn.
Not necessarily, because if you think about it, right, everyone has to sleep sometime. So if you might go after a player who you've been doing your research, you've been seeing what's in their wallet, you know that you're more powerful than them, you might plan to attack them when they're actually sleeping, so they can't defend themselves. So you can take their resources, right? That's why in the crates we have these things which are helper credits. So it could be someone who might be watching your wallet while you're not active. And like I say, like, this is really kill or be killed. So if you decide to play the game, like in-game play the game, you need to be really careful, because once your wallet, your character is killed, the killer takes everything that was in your wallet, and you wake up the next day and you have to start all over again. So, it makes sense not to put all your eggs in one basket in one character, for example. It makes sense, it does make sense to maybe join a family, pool your resources, and get paid that way. But there's lots of different things. So when the NFT marketplace goes live, for example, you might have a load of in-game cash. You might have a load of bullets. You might not actually plan on playing the game. So you just put those NFTs in the marketplace. So you put your bullet NFT up for sale. Maybe someone will buy it off you. If they do, I mean, you're getting in-game currency, which you can convert straight back to Pulse on the way out. So there's lots of different ways to win. There's lots of different ways to earn, should I say. But the way to win is, try and be top dog.
Interesting.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this. It's huge. It's going to be huge when it's all out.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like in the game. So it's not like somebody's like walking down the street in the game.
No. It's basically smart contracts doing their bit. But if I know anything about Jacob, this game is going to evolve all the time. So you never know. One of these days, like I say, this game has got longevity, and we're on a blockchain which is just starting. It could be. I mean,
it could be like a Grand Theft Auto.
With real money. How awesome would that be?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, so there's lots of different things. Like in this, you can also, some of the business ideas you can get. Like you can own a casino, and if you own a casino, literally people that play in the casino, you'll be the house, right? So if you own a bullet factory, people buy the bullets off you. So there's lots and lots and lots of different ways that people can actually earn from this. So I think, it's already started really, really well. And it's just gonna get bigger. It's getting wilder as well. Even now, even if you're in any of the Telegram chats that we have, you'll see it's some of the characters are taking it a bit serious. They're threatening each other. One of the things that I think is going to be really fun, especially when the NFT marketplace comes out, is people who are going to be selling stuff. Who's selling what to who?
Well, keep on going. I'm just trying to find an outlet at my new house, because I might. But here, is there anything else you want to go over about that?
It's all right. I'll just keep talking through it while you're doing your thing, if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just get this taken care of. I'll be right back.
No problem. So what we would like to do, obviously, is engage as many communities out there, because with a family, if we think about it another way, so right now some of the biggest families are made up from, obviously, members of the PulseBot community, There's some other families who are really here just from the B&B side, for example. So they'll be setting up their own family from other communities. Once more communities start to come on board, and once the families start getting bigger, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to check, but I don't think there's a limit to how many members a family can have, right? So you guys who are listening here now, you alien guys, you know, if you were to create a family, and if you were to get, I don't know, 50 people, 100 people, who knows, behind this, there's a pretty decent chance that pooling resources, you could probably have one of the most effective families. And one of the most effective families means that you will fight for one of the top 5 positions to get access to the vault. Because if we think about the vault pays out 10% weekly to the top 5 families. Number 1 family gets 30% of that, right? So let's say the vault right now is up to $20,000 equivalent, $20,000 in the first 4 days. We're going to launch at 5 billion pulse, right? So I don't know what 5 billion pulse price is right now, but I'm going to be guessing it's around maybe $250,000. That's at today's price, right? So if Pulse, let's say Pulse does a 10x over the next 18 months. So automatically that's $2.5 million that are going to be in the vault, and that pays out 10% weekly, right? So if there's $2.5 million in there, that's paying out $250,000 a week to 5 families. The top family gets 30% of that to do what they want with. This is another in-game thing. Okay, so the top 3 members of that family get the payout from the vault. So the Don, the Consigliere, and the Capodicina, those 3 actually get the payments out. So they get the payment in Pulse, or they get the payment in BNB, depending on which one. Now it's up to them what they want to do with that, right? Like I say, that, you know, this is kill or be killed. It could be that the Don decides people aren't pulling their weight in the family. You know, they're not doing their thing. So maybe he decides to keep 50% for himself and the other 50% distribute. Or he might say, okay, you know, we've had a really good week. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Here's, you know, I'll keep 20%, 80% goes out to you guys. Or he might say, screw you guys, you know, I'm going home with 100% of it. We really don't know. That's, you know, it's family values, right? We need to see. You know, we might see, I don't know, what's a mutiny called inside a family, right? Like a hostile takeover from inside, you know, we don't know. There's a lot of different things that can happen. And one thing that is for sure is people aren't going to play nice. People in life generally don't play nice. So there's going to be a lot, there's really going to be a lot of backstabbing, skullduggery. I can see it all. I can see it all happening already. And we haven't even launched yet. Good times. Good times.
Well, I did get a bag of the mafia over here on Pulse, but I might have to buy some more because
are you opening a family?
I don't know. Maybe from hearing this, maybe I'll just open up an alien family. See how
the alien family. I'll tell you what. Hey, I think you should, right? For the sake of, what is it, $200 or something. And one thing as well, it's really important, and now this is directed directly to you. We all know what Pulse price is right now. If Pulse goes up at 10x and the cost of opening a family is still 500K, it becomes very expensive to open a family. You know, it can really start to go up, and I don't really see that the price of that will change over time. I mean, obviously, if Pulse does, you know, hopefully if Pulse does the 100x or the 200x that we're all talking about, then Jacob might say, okay, let's decrease the cost of opening a family to keep things interesting. But for now, everything is a steal. Everything's a steal. The price of crates are a steal. The opening of family is a steal. Even the price of Mafia token itself is a steal. Because one thing which will happen in the beginning, obviously, people have to buy the tokens to enter the game, and to fill the vault. So during that time, we will see the price, the chart might start to see a bit of red, because what happens is the chart or the smart contracts will take that Mafia, convert it back to the native token, so back to Pulse or Binance or BNB, and then stick it in the vault until the vault starts playing, playing around. So we will see the chart doing this for a bit, depending on how many families we get. But ultimately, the more players we get will offset that. So as we start to get more players, we won't be seeing the red. So charts are not to even look at right now. You know me, I don't really look at charts. I'm a long-term guy. I look at charts when I'm watching you because you show me the charts.
Yeah. Well,
but in my own time, I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Let's see. Nice. And it's thick liquidity too. So if you actually look at it.
Yeah.
Like the market cap 400,000 basically, and then liquidity is about 71. And
yeah,
the last 7 days. You're actually the last 7 days. You're up 11%.
Yeah, and that's really just because of the new members that we're getting. So even though people are spending huge amounts selling to open the families, it's offsetting by the number of new players we're getting. So that's what we're going to see over time. We're going to see those red candle gaps getting smaller and smaller and smaller until they're just a blip on the radar as we keep going up green. So I mean, it's like I say, it's really early stages. It's the perfect place to be right now. I mean, we can even see here the vault is going up again, and now it says 451 million pulse. So just the more players we get, and the more families get opened, the vault it just keeps going. It just keeps going. And if we have 5 billion pulse in there when we launch, obviously if pulse does its 2-3x from there, along the way.
We're at the. Is this like? Oh,
go on, show me.
God. Well, I'm just. Is this the chart? Okay, I'm sure on the chart. But literally, we're at another bottom point of pulse chain.
Hey, we've seen a few bottoms, and to be honest, I don't think it's over yet. There's still, but look, there's a lot going on in the Richard Hart world, right? There's really a lot going on. Not only that, we have these, these elections are coming up. Everyone's going at it. I think we're going to see a bit more red before we see. I mean, really, ultimately, what is it? It's June now, middle of June. August has always been what we've been talking about, right? August, September, going into October. And especially what's the court case? The court case is what? Yeah.
Well, I made a prediction on July 11th. This is where ETH is going to be. Maybe I need to recalculate, but well, the ETFs are supposed to be coming out real soon. So
yeah. Again, not stressed about it. Not stressed about it. The closer we get down here on Pulse, and all these new projects keep launching like we're doing, the only way is up. And it's not only the only way is up. Sorry, maybe that was the wrong way to say it. As soon as the main tickers start moving, everything gets dragged.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a lot of very, very, very violent moves to the upside. I can feel it in my bones.
Well, these are the violent moves that are going to be happening. It's just like, I don't know what people are speculating on the selling the bottom. Like, really?
I don't know. We don't have a window into everyone's mind, but I mean, maybe it just needs the money. I mean, if you think about it, right? So even though things are moving along, like if you're in other tickers, if you put your whole bags into the sacks, the Pulse and PulseX sacrifices back then, and you were literally just Pulse chain launchers, we're going to do this. Then, oh no, the Bitcoin halving happens, and we're going to do this. Oh no, shit, it's still not happening. Okay, well, what's next? Just batten down the hatches and prepare, right? Because it's tough scraping the bottom. It's tough, but scraping the bottom, means that there is a massive upside coming. Everyone's talking about it. It's still coming. It would be a lot worse if there was nothing happening on the chain, right? If it was a really dead chain and there was nothing happening and everyone's like, oh, we're just waiting for Richard Hart to start pumping, then it shows us confidence to get into it. No, we have to build what we want on this chain.
So,
You know, you're doing
quick
it.
question.
Yeah, sure. Shoot.
Am I showing my screen? No, I'm not. On the BNB like Mafia, like how
Yeah.
active is like the game and user base and like trading in and
It's
out and stuff like that?
okay. So right now, with this launched, let's say a month ago now, it's 20 something days. So right now we've got 791 active members. We've got 15 crime families, and the vault is at 90 BNB. So on the BNB side, when the vault gets to 500 BNB, that's when we go live. Which I think at around today's prices, we'll be launching at around $260,000. So,
How much more BNB do you need?
We need another 410, right? So it's launching at 500. We're at 90 right now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. So that's on the BNB side. Now that is about $60,000, $70,000, right? Worth of value in the vault right now. In 4 days, we've seen $20,000 on the Pulse side. So I mean, obviously, it's not really a guess. I mean, it's not a guess. We are a Pulse chain family ecosystem. You know, a lot of people know us better than they know us over on the Binance Smart Chain. So it's expected that we will be growing quicker on the Pulse side. Also, any price fluctuations that we see in Pulse, they're going to, you know, the upswing on the Pulse price going up, it can be a lot more violent than BNB itself. So if Pulse has a good uptick, all of a sudden that vault is looking very juicy straight away, you know. But the ultimate number is still 5 billion Pulse.
God, some of these charts are just getting destroyed. I'm just looking at my freaking watch list and just like, come on. But
I feel you. I feel you. Actually, that was something I wanted. Sorry, go.
No, it's all good. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. Actually, I know how you love to liquidity pair things and create new LPs and stuff. I don't think that would be really possible or worthwhile to do it with Mafia at this stage because we have such high taxes. Right? So it's like a 4% tax in, 16% tax out. Don't really know if that would work. It would become a bit of a nightmare.
Well, it wouldn't be a nightmare. It's just the R bots would take a little bit more for them to go in and out of all the pairs just from the taxes alone, because they would have to get a window of like 20%, so they get in, sit for it, and then like, but like there was like a comment saying like the chart looks bad, and it's just like for a game that hasn't came out yet, I don't know, it's holding pretty well, and the taxes reflect for itself. That people are going to do, because majority of those were airdrops, and honestly, if you think about it, it's more of like a fundraiser for the game, and then more and more people can come in and enjoy it.
Exactly, but that's what this vault is. You know, it's this is a way to get started. Imagine dumping this whole game on day one, and imagine me trying to set up these streams and saying, okay, now sit down for 5 or 6 hours, kids, because we've got a bit of explain to do here, you know.
Yeah.
So it works out, you know, it's somewhat better to do it this staggered way, and doing it the staggered way means that in order to build up the vault, we will see sell-offs. We will.
Yeah.
But then when enough players are in, everything is fine. Everything is rosy, and everyone's a hero, you know.
Well, yeah, it needs. Well, the only buy pressure is going to happen are people that want to participate into the game and just like. But that's a good comment. I agree on that, but it was like with Pulse, we need buy pressure. Pulse X, it needs buy pressure.
Yeah.
X, it needs buy pressure. It just needs. Well, it's just like too, like what we were talking about, or what you were saying, like once the markets start going and into like, yeah, it's just like right now everything's gonna be like red, dead.
Yeah.
Basically. It's like with PTGC, we went up another 64%, and we're down like another 23%. But like, Pulse just touched its very bottom yet again. So it's just like,
oh, but your
not really
PTGC
moving up
ratio
fast.
to Pulse is doing pretty well. Right?
Oh, it is. It is. Giuliani, it's looking pretty good.
I like a spicy meatball.
Yeah. Well, other than that, let's talk about Pulse Predict real quick. And
Pulse Predict. That's again another baby. This has been. We haven't been really talking about it this so much. Number one, because the Mike Tyson fight got moved, right? That was kind of something we were really gearing up for. But yeah, right now, UEFA's on. You can bet, play your games, do whatever you want. You can already see that we've got some other tournaments coming up. So yeah, so these are going all the time. Literally create your bet.
So you can vote. You can bet on this one.
Yeah, you can bet on anyone that's active live now. With the games, I think it's up until an hour before the match actually starts. You can bet. Yeah, so choose who you want. Play the games, win the money, instant payouts. Obviously, right now we had something with the Predict token itself. So Predict token itself hasn't launched. We had a 90-day rundown while you were betting, so you can earn these Predict tokens. You can build them up in your little bank by making these bets, taking on the bets, doing various things on the protocol. That 90 days is almost up. We're in the last week. So in a week's time, the Pulse Predict token goes live. Actually, on the claim page on there, you can actually see, so right now, I think as it stands, there will be a total of around 1.5 billion of these tokens. Because obviously the more people that bet, the more people that utilize the platform, that supply is going to increase. But now we're down to the last week. So I don't really see that we're going to get, if it's been 83 days to get 1.5 billion in circulation or in supply, I don't really think we're going to see, we might see 1.6, 1.7 out of that total by the time we actually launch. So that's coming. We don't even still really know the tokenomics around all of that because Jacob has surprises for us all. But it'll be very interesting stuff.
Well, hold on.
So yeah, so that's really cool. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, so you can actually earn Predict token by doing any of these various different things. So even by connecting your wallet, you can earn a number of tokens. Or if you can create a number of bets, it just goes up and up depending on how active you are really on the platform.
Interesting. It's kind of like
it's a cool way to gauge supply, And also, you've got these people out here because that's just the betting part. I mean, obviously with Pulse Predict as well, you can actually do price predictions. So you can create a price call bet. You would say the price of Pulse is going to go up, 5% over the next 2 weeks. Create your bet. Someone else takes the other side of the bet. We see where that lines up, and at the end of it, someone wins. So, and you've got a leaderboard here, so you can actually create a profile. If you're someone like you who does TA, does a lot of TA, you can, put your money where your mouth is, so to say. You can create the best, see how good your TA is. You can have your own leaderboard, stats page. People can actually physically go on and look at these different TA guys and say, wow, this guy's in the top spot for all his TA. He must be good. Maybe I'll actually start following him in the real world and see what he's about, because he keeps picking winners. So you can do it all. And like this, even though this is based off of the same smart contracts with PulsePot, this is a different animal altogether, really. I mean, obviously, yes, we have a little bit of betting on the side, but the actual price calls and the TA side of it, I mean, I think it's something huge. It's again huge. I keep saying huge, but it's really
huge.
It's got so much potential, right? It's got so much potential everywhere. So there's little nuggets of this that are in a Mafia game. There's little nuggets of PulsePot that are in this game. It's like all of Jacob's little things He's cherry picking. Oh, that works really well. That works really well. That works really well. Let's put it all together and see what happens. So it's like a constant evolution.
Well, this is like, this is the time to build. This is the time to build. Especially.
That's exactly right.
The bottom of
That's exactly right. Just keep going. You know, who was it? I think Winston Churchill said, "Look, when you're going through hell, well, just keep going." You know, if you're going through hell, just keep going. So,
you know what?
That's what we're doing.
Like, you want to hear a funny like history like thing that I heard this week?
Of course, man. I love these little nuggets of wisdom.
It was kind of so like World War II. You know who killed like or destroyed majority of the German army? What?
I don't know, the Russians.
90% of it. Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't think it would be that much. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's actually, for a lot of your American guys, you do know that it was Russia that was first into Berlin, right? Like, it was Russia that took Berlin. It wasn't yeah. I think that was something when I went to school. I'm not saying how old I am, but when I went to school, I wasn't told that. I wasn't told that at all. All we knew was we in the West, woohoo, we won.
That's what I'm like. And then how everything's happening right now, I'm just like,
yeah. The world politics stage is a man. I don't know. I read something that's I don't know if it's a prime minister or president in Serbia, and he was saying that, look, World War III is coming, and they're starting to stockpile things like sugar and flour and everything.
Well, like there's so I forget who did it. I think Congress passed some kind of bill, but basically it said like get ready for the draft type of thing.
Oh yeah, I read that about the draft. Yeah,
it was like the very, very, very like last page is like, all right, 18 to 26-year-olds, get ready.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well, that'd be interesting. I think people in the States love good old protests these days, so maybe people will just sit on the streets and say, "No, make me."
Oh my gosh! But anyways, Pulse Pot's still kicking and going good.
Pulsepot doing its thing, just burning away.
It's kind of funny because my kids always, every once in a while, I jump on and play around. They're like, "Dad, can we play some Pulse or Pot?" their favorite game is the horse races.
The chain race. Yeah, chain race is good. There's some good animation there. I like it when the rabbit gets caught in the trap and the dog falls asleep.
So it's always a good time. It's always
there's some good stuff happening. What's happening in your world?
What's happening in our world? We're just adding liquidity to, I think the last liquidity pair we added liquidity to was PUSDx. We did it with Ink. We're just chilling because PTGZ just kind of just ways with the market.
Yeah.
Every single buy and sell is like just bringing more value to the holders and to the DAO, and we just have to just keep on just grinding, building, me waking up, making sure the Wi-Fi is all good. So nothing much. But it's
I was so happy.
Also, go ahead.
Tell you what, I think I'm losing you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're very, very broken up.
What about now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay. A little better. Well, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Good. Yeah, actually, the reason that we had mic issues last time when I was on with you is because I accessed StreamYard through the Brave browser, and it was just messing up my audio. And I've changed back to Chrome, and everything's working fine again. So, Viva la Chrome! Viva la Chrome!
What's up new with me? I have a new video coming out talking about like Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex. and I kind of look like Steve Jobs, just talking in like a chair. It's gonna be I don't know. I think it's gonna be a reward or Academy Award winning. But, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My website and private Telegram and like where you can access like one-on-one calls with me is going to be coming out next week or the following, or I think by the end of the week or by next. So that's kind of exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm proud of you. That's really good stuff.
Look at that. He already wants me to be a Don.
I'll tell you what, I think we're going to have to do a follow-up video on this one, where, yeah, make it happen, coach. I tell you what, you know, My Life is Awesome, Lit Gains. He created a family. He created a family the other day. I think they're called the Hustlers. Let me see, where are they down here? Sure. He did some.
I can let you show. Do you want to show your screen?
It's all right. No, I was just going to see his family. So yeah, so his family are called the Hustlers, and they have 8 members so far, and they've pooled resources, 570,000. Yeah, so he probably started with $1 million, opened the family, and he actually did a video the other day. I think he spent like So coach the other day, I want to say yesterday, maybe the day before, he did an hour-long video where he opened, I think it was 47 crates. 47 crates. Let's have a quick look in here and see. So what his family inventory is. I'll just have a quick look myself. Yeah, they own a bunch of business objects. They own, they got a decent bit of promotion money. Now, oh, they've got a pretty good back page. Nice. If you want to create your own character, it's very, very simple. Go to PUSDxALGO. You will need 2,000 mafia tokens, which I think a current value is about $1. So you can create a character by choosing your character's name, up to 14 characters. You can choose what sex you want your character to be, and you can choose a location where you want to be. Once you choose your location in the game, for example, you will be able to go to another location, another city. So you can travel between cities. You can go to another city. And if you're in the same city as somebody you want to kill, you can kill them, take the resources. So I would recommend, coach, set up a family. Alien family sounds pretty good. PTGC family sounds pretty good. I don't know, did you see the graphic that I put out on X earlier? When I posted about this earlier? There you go. That's yeah, pretty good alien gangsters. You're muted, I think, still.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. I saw that too.
Yeah. Someone has a question. Can you choose a gender? You can choose male or female. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you? So like when you pick out your character, you just buy it and then you create it. It's not like you just randomly get whatever you want. Or
so you choose your name. You choose your name. You choose what sex you are, and you choose a location where you want to be from all the different places to play, and then you will get randomly assigned. So I think we have 1,200 different mafia avatars. You will get one of those will be random, whether it's a male or female.
Mm-hmm.
I got one the other day. I'll put it out there now. I'll put it up on El Guapo. El Guapo's out there somewhere in the world, but the avatar that I got, not very guapo in my opinion.
Can you like, let's just say that I started a family and my avatar was, or my NFT avatar was the most valuable thing. Am I able to sell my NFT and basically
no, the character itself stays with you, or it stays with that wallet up until you know that wallet gets killed, for example. The wallet gets killed, the character's gone. But any of your in-game resources, so you know, your bullets, your health, your bodyguards, your cars, your guns, You can get a selection of guns. If you own some of the business objects, like you might own a shop where people can come in and buy stuff. You might own a hospital where people actually, you know, if someone gets shot and they start losing their health, they have to come into you. And you get paid by all these people. So if you own like a shop and someone comes in to buy bullets from you, there you go. You sell the bullets to that character, you get money, and a percentage of that money goes to the bullet factories as well, the manufacturer of the bullets. So it's a massive ecosystem where everyone can get paid for doing various different things, depending on how active you are in the ecosystem. It's magic, man. And it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we go as well.
Yeah, interesting. And it's just like a fun little thing. Like now I can play. Now it can be like I can play some mafia, and then the wife is not like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm making money."
Yeah, you just have the chart over in the background. But there's a lot of people that are looking at this like really, okay, if I get this right and play the game properly, then every week the vault would pay out, and I'm earning a salary every week. I mean, if you think about how much the vault pays out, it pays out 10% of its total value. Let's say the vault value is bare bones $1 million, right? 30% is going to the top family number one, and then it's up to them how they want to distribute. I mean, if they're getting if they're getting serious money in, there's nothing to say that, you know, you might get, let's say someone is earning $10,000 a week off of this, $20,000 a week, just by being an active member in this world. I mean, that's real money, and it's, you know, it's real money for you to do whatever you want with. It can become quite addicting, or it can be the other way around, and you say, okay, do you know what? I'm going to put 10% of my whatever I get from the vault every week. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to buy Hex, PUSDx, incentive token, Alien, PDGC, you know, whatever it is. Literally, like you can use this to pump any of the bags that you want. Just keep building and building and building. It's a perfect. It's a passive income earner, absolutely. It is real, like GameFi. It's a real play to earn, and as it evolves, I'm sure that they actually game physical, sitting there, you know, physically walk around doing stuff. I'm sure that will all come into it as well at some stage. But right now, it's just growing, and it's exactly the type of thing that Pulsechain needs. We need it. The communities need it. Instead of all the backstabbing out on Twitter, come over here and do the backstabbing with your characters, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I was thinking, we went over basically everything. We went over Pulse Predict. That's what I wanted to get over. So 5 billion, right? And then the game starts.
5 billion. The full game launches. NFT marketplace will be coming soon. So right now, open a character, create a character, create or join a family if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Buy your crates and start opening those crates, because if you have some real good in-game resources, even if you necessarily don't want to join a family, when the NFT marketplace comes up, you can put those goodies on the NFT marketplace. You can start earning money now, before the game even launches.
Interesting. Gosh, I'm just looking at my watch list, and I'm like, come on. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't even look at the charts all weekend, all week long.
I bet you were shaking. You need that chart fix.
Like, no. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's some good stuff happening over here, and then obviously outside of all that, do I know whether the casinos in Post Mafia will actually? No. So the roulette table, for example, will be the same. So if you look on BNB Pot and you can see our roulette, how it's all works out and how it looks, it will be the same to play it over on this platform. But on this platform, you're earning in-game currency, which you will then have to take out to convert to something else. Obviously, if someone owns that NFT table, you'll be using their table. They would get any sort of house edge, that sort of thing. So it kind of works like that. But obviously, all the smart contracts for the roulette we already have. We know what, you know, So we're literally, Jacob is slowly cherry picking all the best parts of all of his different protocols, putting them all under this one umbrella. And I mean, I know he's very good at what he does, so it's just going to keep getting better and better. One thing which I think is really cool actually is the fact that you can have the cars in this game, and if you have a old beaten up car, you can literally sell that car to a bullet factory for them to actually manufacture bullets. I think that in itself is great. I think anyone that manages to have a hospital or in shop items, all the different guns, you can have a whole arsenal on your marketplace and just sell them, and people want them because people need them to play the game. So there's a huge there's huge in-game currency. Like it's actually an in-game total financial system, how it's all working. And obviously there are things like protection money. There are things like is it better to have multiple avatars? Well, it's one per wallet, right? Because the wallet has to be tied to some user. But I mean, there's nothing to say you can't have 10 different wallets. I mean, obviously, if one person has in-game currency and they have millions, potentially they're going to putting the target on their back, right? So maybe it's better to have 4 or 5 different characters and your different resources placed in different areas. But like I say, it's kill or be killed in this, so you got to be really careful that you might go to sleep, wake up, and find out someone's killed you. But I mean, so far in the space of just a few days, is already, the vault is already at 450 million pulse, $20,000, 4 days. I think it's fantastic. Couldn't be happier, actually. Couldn't be happier the way things are going right now. And we've got a hell of a lot of players. We've got a lot of families. Like I say, on the BNB side, the top family are already earning protection money from the smaller families, because they basically said, look, give us a percentage of your vault payouts every week, or else we just come after your whole family and take you out. And it's working. Some of the families have a full recruitment stages. They have their own recruitment telegrams where you have to go in and you have to basically be interviewed. What are you going to bring to the family? Actually, I'll say it now. This is the first video that I've actually been up and talking about this. So I will say, any families out there, please don't ask me to join. I've been asked to join nearly every family right now. I think I haven't looked at new families, but I'm asked all the time. I need to keep a non-biased level playing field with all of this, obviously, because I'm going to keep pushing content and I want to be as fair as possible. Ultimately, I want to promote every family, because I want to promote every family so they can get new members. I don't want to be choosing sides. But you never know. You might see some, suave Irish looking hitman out there, gun for hire maybe at some stage, but who knows? I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Interesting. Well, we've been going on for an hour. I think we got basically all the questions asked that probably a lot of people and individuals would want to ask for that time being. There's so many, once this comes active, I think it's going to be a good time. And I don't know.
There's a lot of moving parts, right? There's a lot of moving parts, but really what it's about is about getting a community to create a family and, stir up the pot a bit. This is all about stirring up the pot. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to my private group that is going to be coming out real shortly, I can totally just be, we're going to be the top mafia,
Yeah, that's the thing, and I mean the cost of joining a family is only going to start going up, so it's perfect time.
Yeah, perfect time. Well, with that being stated, thank you for coming in the show. I was kind of a little worried about how the internet was going to go, but it went fine.
I think we got through it. Fine. I think we got through it.
Yeah. I think it would be good.
Perfect. Hey, thanks very much for having me on. I love coming on with you. It's great fun.
Appreciate it. In the future, on Sundays, we're going to be having like a little alien like round table. So one of these days, I'm gonna call you up and be like, "Can you run
I'm in.
a show at like around?" I think we're gonna do it around 12, maybe earlier. Never know, but I'll let you know.
No problem, man. I'm always here. If anyone out there, just before we finish, if anyone wants to know more about this and hasn't got any information on it now, you can join our Telegram, t.me/Pulse Mafia. PulseMafia.io, or I think it's plsmafia.io is the Twitter. My name down here, KvltDeFi. You'll find me on Telegram. You'll find me on Twitter, even my own YouTube stuff. I am going to start pushing out some content about this now. Now we're at the stage where I've actually got really a lot of things I can talk about. Now I can really start pushing out content. There was no point in me doing videos where I would just say, okay, this is how you create a character in 3 minutes, and that's it. There's nothing else to do. But we're getting there. So yeah, hit me up. No such thing as a bad question. I love talking to you. We're definitely going to have to do this again. We're going to have to discuss you opening your family. I think we should do it live together. That'd be good fun.
We can do it. It was like
yeah. Put that target on your back right from the beginning, you know.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, this is my wallet. Come and get me. Oh, what's that? Hey, it's always a blessing having you all coming on to the show, and to the 153 people you haven't done already. Maybe tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll get this pulse longevity on the road, because it's only up from here. Maybe a little bit further down. We'll see what he does, but it's gonna be a fun road at the end of the day. So, with that being said, see you guys.